All right, guys, we're all loaded. We're going to Suisun Harbor, Criterium today. It's a downtown crit in Northern California. And we got the kids all buckled up, ready to go. Almost buckled up.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids ride today?
Yep.
Yeah. You guys pumped?
And Daddy.
And Daddy. Yeah. Whoa, cool number, dude. Let me see your number, Bug. Nice job.
Along with Delaney and Hudson Bar.
Nice job. Keep going.
Good job, Bug. Keep going.
Way to go, Bug. How was it, guys? Hard? You did 2 laps full gas, yeah? In the hardest gear. Look at that. Like a boss. Good job, hon. So what's up, guys? We're here at the Suisun Pro 1-2 Crit. As you can see, we just started, and I go for one of my typical Zwift starts. This is kind of an interesting move. Something I kind of enjoy doing, just because it strings the field out. It also normally shells a few people, which, you know, when you're racing as a solo guy, the less guys you have in the field against you, the more to your advantage. Also, here's the first lap of the course. As you can see, it's a 4-corner crit, but it's got some character to it. It's almost hot dog shaped, so we got long straightaways. One's a complete headwind, and one is a tailwind, but you can't feel it that much because the houses kind of block the wind on the tailwind section. But of course, it's pretty straightforward. No real holes, but there are some dangerous spots like that car right there. There's a few pinch spots in the back straightaway where there's cones, and it's just a typical NorCal crit course. So getting things underway here, full gas, Timmy style, I guess you'd call it. And third lap, oh sweet, there's somebody walking in front of me. Lady was on her phone. She had no idea there was a race going on. But hey, that happens, all good. As you can see, right here, we're caught. Okay, 4 laps in the race, no big deal. That was totally fine with me. So we're gonna sit in here, kind of see where we're at. The pack's obviously strung out, which was my doing. That was my plan, make it hard on everybody else. And right here is one of those pinch spots I was telling you about. See the cones? You don't want to fall to the outside and then get squeezed in. And I saw a lot of riders doing that, and it was really dangerous. And it kills your momentum if you're that rider. So here we are, a couple laps into the race, and as you can see, I communicated right there just to tell the guy, hey, like, I'm stuck on the outside. And that way you don't get pinched as much. If you can communicate, it really helps. And oh, there was a close moment for 2 riders. Looks like no harm, no foul, but a lot of close moments. Here was another one, guy just taking a bit of a risk, but I mean, that's racing. Luckily he was okay and nobody ended up crashing there. So there's a little move out the front here, and right here, this Mike's rider kind of sweeps to the outside, but he gives me a lane. So like, okay, we're gonna jump across here. This move was, you know, a few guys, and the teams were represented, so I was like, this could go. So let's jump up there, see what happens. And I'm making the bridge attempt here, and just, you know, really using my corner speed to get across this gap quickly and use as less energy as possible, because this is real early in the race. But you can see this is a good sized breakaway, so this could be possible. Once I start getting close to the breakaway though, I'm noticing there's not a lot of cooperation. And early breakaways, that can definitely happen. As you can see, there's a guy pulling and there's a big gap and guys fanning out. Like, that wasn't the best thing to see after spinning a few matches to get up there. So that breakaway gets caught. Here, coming to turn 2, another break goes. As you can see, I'm kind of out of position. I'm a little bit far back right here to be involved in that move. And that was just a positioning mistake. And also I was recovering from that move I just jumped up to. I'm still towards the front, and here's another few guys launching to that same move. Once again missed it. It's like, crikey. So this is gonna make things hard. Now we got 5 guys up the road. And right here, Sayers jumps. And I don't know what I was thinking on this one. I should have followed that. But I saw everybody else chasing. I was like, okay, that's not gonna go right now. So I just follow wheels. As you can see, my heart rate's not that bad. And this rider kind of lets a gap go, and it's like, okay, should I come around him? No, okay, I'm gonna try to come around him, and then he really pinches me off. It's like, crikey. So now I've got to brake, re-accelerate, and those guys didn't make it, but right here, Sayers launches again. Perfect class move, like perfect. And he makes it across. So now we've got 7 guys up the road, and I don't have any teammates. So I've got to be smart, and I've got to try to get across to that move. All the teams are represented, no one's chasing. So I go to kamikaze attack mode. Not so much kamikaze, but there's no reason for me to be pulling on the front. Nobody else is pulling on the front. The best chance I have is to attack, and maybe they'll let me go. I get across to the move, or in me attacking, they're gonna chase me, and we're gonna shut the move down. So that's my plan here. If they let me go, great. I'm gonna bridge up to this move. If not, I'm gonna sit in and see how much of the gap I chunked down, and then attack again, because I don't have any teammates. So sitting in the group is not going to benefit me with when all the teams are represented up there. They're going to let this move go if somebody doesn't shut it down. As you can see, I'm making a pretty good gap. You saw the riders just go around the corner, and I cut this breakaway gap maybe down into half in this attack. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, this is working. I look around, or look over my shoulder here. They're not letting me go. They're chasing me. That's fine. I made a dent in the breakaway gap. That was my goal. So, as you can see, there's the breakaway. So we got about half straight away. They catch me, no problem. All right, I cut it in half with that last attack. Let's do it again and see what happens. So jump again. Once again, burning matches. But as you can see, the breakaway is getting closer. So that last move I did paid off. And now this move, I'm going to try and make it all the way. So I really dig in deep here. Use my corner speed to get across the gap to get to this breakaway move. There's a lap rider going off course. And you can see those pinch points I was talking about. They're kind of dodgy, but as you can see, I'm making the junction here. I'm noticing the move, once again, it's all fanned out, so cooperation isn't super high in this move, which was kind of a bummer, because this is 45 minutes into the race. This was a good time to be in a move. And sure enough, I get up here, nobody's pulling. It's like, oh, this is not good, but I made it. The move has been neutralized. The pack catches us, of course, and once again another move goes. As you can see, my heart rate's in the 170s. I'm still recovering from shutting down that last move, and so I'm gonna have to follow wheels here. I kind of get an opportunity right here. If I had the matches, I could jump, but I don't really have the matches. So I've gotta recover a little bit. Like, if you don't have the matches, what are you going to do until you have the matches again? So Mike's does a smart thing here. They kind of block and let that move go because they have max chorus in it. So once again, we got riders up the road. What do I got to do? I got to attack. They're either going to let me go and I'm going to be able to bridge up, or I'm going to shut the gap down little by little like I did last time. So I attack here into turn 1, 2. I don't get anywhere. They suck me back in. Okay, well, we're going to try it again. Here's an attack out of turn 4. Just trying to, 1, either bridge, or 2, shut the move down. As you can see, there's my wife and family. They're the best cheer squad ever. So I had a plan. I should have made that junction earlier on, but I didn't have the watts at that moment. So I'm doing my best to race solo here and to be relevant. And at this point, a Turin rider kind of lets a gap go to the guy who's pulling. He looks back at me and is like, "What the heck?" And I'm like, "Dude, thanks for the help, but I wasn't the one that let the gap open up. I just shut it down." So all good. At that point, everyone's getting frustrated because a lot of teams and riders aren't pulling because they have a rider represented. There's three riders up the road. And so I finally decide, all right, it's not coming back. I'm not bridging. So I do help with a little bit of pull here, and just to keep the group moving, keep the race hard, because that's to my advantage and not to some other's advantage. So I've used a lot of matches at this point, and we're about to drop into the final few laps here. Here we go. And as you can see, I'm a little bit far back for a lap and a half to go. So I'm gonna have to use some watts to be positioned before the sprint. And so I'm trying to move up on the outside. This is kind of a tailwind section, so being out of the draft isn't hurting me too much. But as you can see, I am putting down the watts to move up, but I had to at this point. And right here, things get a little, a little busy. Obviously, there was over 50 racers in this race. As you can see, I'm positioned towards the front most of the race. But once again, we've got riders up the road, and so we're going to have a little pack sprint here for the minor places. And right there, the cones are kind of knocked over. That was super dicey. But everyone made it through safely, so that was good. And I don't know if that happened in the breakaway or happened at the last lap or why that was, why those cones were out there. But, oh, I'm sorry, we're coming to the last lap here. So we got a lap and a half to go now. I've moved up, I'm in a much better position. I'm kind of stuck outside and out of the draft, which isn't ideal, but positioning on this course is really important coming into the final. And so, I see Mike's come up alongside me right here. I'm like, perfect, let's latch onto them. Let's see where that gets me. That's Roman Killam leading out Andrew Shimizu next to me. And here comes the swarm. All the riders, like me, trying to be positioned for the sprint. We got Nick Bard up the inside right there. So I'm following Mike's. I'm thinking, hey, this is going to work out pretty good. And here we go. Watts are starting to fly. The cone's removed, as you can see. I'm positioned pretty good. I lose the Mike Spikes wheel. That was my fault. Shouldn't have made that mistake. I let the Tarun rider get up on the inside of me. And we come into the last corner, and I almost dove under the Tarun rider right here, but I decide not to. It was going to be really dicey if I did. And I've used a lot of matches bridging up and covering those moves. So my sprint isn't super great, but I gave it everything I got and end up with a top 10. So a good day out here. Everyone kept it safe. It was really fun being back in NorCal and racing. Definitely learned some lessons, made some mistakes, but that happens in racing. The best part was racing in front of my fam. There's the little boy. He wanted to go for a lap. And can't thank my family enough for being there, supporting me. Sorry, baby. And it was just a fun race. Once again, when you make mistakes, you learn lessons. I made some mistakes. 9th or 10th today, rode a really aggressive race. Had a lot of fun. Got myself into some sticky situations, but my legs pulled me out of the first one. The second one was a 4-man break that got up the road, and I missed it. And that one stuck, but had fun. And the kids rode great. Yeah, guys? Yeah! You guys had fun? All right. So, peace out. So, huge thanks to these sponsors, and thanks to you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, made some mistakes, learned some lessons, but had fun along the way. Cheers.